Hello everyone, welcome to valuetrainings.com. In this module, we'll be discussing about a very basic topic, what is Selenium WebDriver. Well, to understand what is Selenium, we will go to the official website of Selenium, that is seleniumhq.org website, and over here the very first line of the website says Selenium automates browser. That means it is an automation testing tool that is basically for automating the web-based applications. It cannot automate your desktop-based applications. So the very fundamental question that what Selenium is, well, the answer to that is it's an automation testing tool which will automate your web-based application, and it works on the following browsers. So this makes Selenium very powerful because it works on multiple browsers, and along with this it also works on multiple operating system. That is, you can make Selenium work on Windows operating system, you can make it work on Mac operating system, you can make it work on Linux or Unix and many more. So this makes it a very powerful tool, and that is why the demand of Selenium is increasing day by day, because it works on multiple browsers and multiple operating system as well. And then now if you have to use this tool, you'll have to write your code in some language. For example, you can write the Selenium code in C#, Java, Ruby, Python, Perl and PHP. So these are some of the languages which Selenium supports. Okay, and then now coming over to the components of Selenium. Selenium is made up of 4 components, that is presently there are 4 components of Selenium. Let's discuss them one by one. So the very first component of Selenium is IDE, which is not a very useful tool. It is primarily a record and a run tool. Record and run feature is there in every automation tool, but record and run feature is not successful these days because websites these days are dynamically changing. If you record a website today, for example say CNN.com, that wouldn't run tomorrow because you have recorded the components of the website which are constantly changing every day. The complete CNN web page changes every day because the news changes. Alright, and then similarly it only works on the Firefox browser, and it can only be used for very small scale application. That is, if you have a website of 1 to 2 pages, if you want to test a website of 1 to 2 pages, then you can work with the IDE. But if you have a large scale project, then just don't waste time learning IDE and implementing with it. Alright, okay, and then the next component that came up is RC. So in the beginning there was something known as RC which used to work on multiple browsers, and it is available in multiple languages. That is, you can write the Selenium code in C#, Java, Ruby, Python, Perl or PHP. So for learning IDE, you don't need to learn any programming language. You just need to know the JavaScript. But if you are working with RC, you must know any of the programming languages. And then RC had its own limitations as well. So to overcome those limitations, the next component that came up was WebDriver. WebDriver came into the market. The latest and the most famous thing in the market, that is Selenium WebDriver, which you need to learn. So Selenium WebDriver solves all your issues. You can test your application across all the browsers with the help of WebDriver, and you can learn Selenium WebDriver in any of the languages, that is C#, Java, Ruby, Python. In any of the languages you can learn the WebDriver. And as a tester, you have to learn one of the languages to implement the WebDriver. WebDriver gives the end-to-end solution. That is, you can generate reports with the help of WebDriver, you can parameterize the test cases with the Excel file. Okay, so we'll be talking about all these components of the WebDriver in detail in the coming classes. I'm just giving you an overview over here. Alright, okay. And then the next component that came up is grid. So grid is combined with the WebDriver, and then you create your test cases. You write your code which helps you to run the test cases parallelly. That is, so what you do is you have your central machine and you connect multiple machines to this machine. You connect multiple machines to the central machine, and then the WebDriver script is kept on the central machine known as the hub, and hub controls the execution of the test on the various other machines which are known as the nodes. So basically grid helps you for the parallel execution of your test cases, and then it also saves your time as well. So how grid helps? It saves your time, and you can test your application across multiple browsers and different operating system as well, because when you will be running your test cases parallelly, you can have a Windows operating system, or you can have a Linux operating system, or you can have a Mac operating system. So you can execute the test cases on multiple operating system or multiple test cases on multiple operating system. It all depends on your configuration. Okay, so WebDriver is a web automation framework that allows you to execute your test against different browsers, not just the Firefox, unlike in the case of IDE.